Billionaire Boys Club. I'm sitting back daydreaming about how fast can I spend $1 billion and what I'ma spend it on. All the places to see, generations to bless. LeBron did it. Kanye.
Ernie, what's good, man?
What's good? What's good?
How you doing, my brother?
Doing great. Thanks for coming out, bro.
Of course. I like this spot.
Thank you.
How long you been here?
I moved in December 2019, 3 months before COVID.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you, though?
So let's say this A-room that you're looking at right now, my first version that I was like, opening, was ready to go. As an example, let's say this weekend, and on Monday, COVID started.
Wow.
So like we told you, I moved in December, did the whole building, obviously, the process. Like we weren't where we are right now, but we had like a V1 ready to go.
Yeah.
And had an opening weekend party type thing launched. Like, we're inviting some artists and stuff, because we've been doing this for a while, obviously to get into the studio space.
Yeah.
And then boom, on Monday, COVID starts in China.
Wow.
So that was like literally flipped the whole world around for us, because we can't open the studio, and then we lived through everything. We had 3 months shut down, and it was kind of like, up in the air.
So how do you survive, though?
We did what we had to do. Literally, we realized, okay, we got a physical location that we can't bring anybody to, because, it was the time that when COVID first started, nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Like everybody was, you can't be in a room with 4 people. You can't give a high five to anybody. If somebody sneezes, then, like we're still living through it. Like the world is, we're never going back to pre-COVID world. So it's like, we're still in it. But when it first started, it was wild. But at the end of the day, I was already 3 months into my lease. So that's 3 months of rent already being paid before we even started. Now COVID did it. So
you prepaid that?
No. I was paying it monthly. Because I was thinking, remember, I moved in December. So boom, December rent, January rent, February rent, March rent, building. That
so
then was only
for something that you can't even use.
Couldn't even use. And then when it hit for real, when I was supposed to open, I couldn't really even use it in terms of like, getting bookings. But I could use it because I had a location,
Yeah.
So what we did was we just pivoted more to kind of online type of content, like the little Instagram interviews, Zoom interviews, just Instagram content, like, just trying to take advantage of the fact, like, hey, I do have a physical location that nobody could come to yet, but I could still win with this location in terms of like, just showing the world and just trying to build and go from there.
Still build a buzz.
Exactly.
So what did you do to keep your mental strength up? Because I know that could be a lot. Like, you now got your plan out, you ready to roll out, and boom.
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie to you. My mentality's always been just keep going. Like there's that one COVID speed bump was just one of many speed bumps we've gone through here. Like I had another warehouse before that we ended up having to leave because the city said we couldn't operate. I had like, what I'm saying? Like there's been a whole bunch of speed bumps during the journey, but at the end of the day, like the way my mindset always is just it's just something else you got to get over. Like I don't give myself the time to really soak in, and like if I get handed an L such as 4 months closed on top of the other 3 months where now I'm drowning in just paying out, nothing coming in. Like it's very easy to give up if I sit down and focus on that. But like I don't allow myself to do that because I realize that no matter what the obstacle is as big as it may seem, realistically, I got a bigger one coming down the line. If I have the aspirations that I have as a person, I know that these minor L's and these minor, like, kind of just speed bumps are just something that we got to get over because we can't let anything stop us getting from where we got to go.
No, facts. It's part of the process. Mm-hmm. So how did you come up with the name Lucrative Youth?
Honestly, it was junior year of college. I was like 5 years ago at this point, give or take. It was going into summer. So, like, junior year, summer is pretty much, like, pick time. You feel me? Because it's, like, you graduate senior year, and then you got to have a job. Realistically, most people, junior year, summer, they have either an internship or they already got a job lined up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could pretty much have your life figured out. Or that's what they tell. Obviously, anybody has their own journey. You look at Oprah, like, when she was, like, 35 or something, she was broke, and now she's a billionaire. Like, so it's not about it really being time, but it's just, like, the traditional concept is that, by junior year, whatever you're doing, you should be doing that for a while.
What do you go to college for?
Entrepreneurship. I went to Babson.
Really?
Yeah. I went to Babson College in Boston. I have no musical background whatsoever. No
crazy.
School for music. No, like, I don't play any instruments. I don't really, do anything musically seriously, but rather I'm on the business side of things. And, I feel like that's what allows everything. Kind of like, it's like the gel that keeps everything together.
But what's your take on going to school for entrepreneurship versus somebody from the streets who does well on the street side of things, but then they get into entrepreneurship?
The truth, the street side and the doing it is always going to be number one. Because you could look at the people who are the billionaires, the people who are the moguls of the biggest companies, and like, 90% of like the biggest people are not going to sit here and tell you that course that I took at Harvard University is what made me where I am today. They're not. They're going to tell you, I jumped into the water with the sharks. I got my toe bit off, but I grew another toe and now I'm sitting with them. Now I'm riding the sharks, you know, like, and it's as simple as that. There's nothing really to it. Like however, I love my college experience because I didn't go to just a general entrepreneurship or business type of school. Like I went to a school that is very, very just focused on entrepreneurship and doing. You know, it wasn't so much what I learned in like the classroom in terms of like, like this is the revenue and this is the cost. Like, and you have to make sure your business is situated with the state and your taxes. Like exactly. Like, that's cool and all that, and it's still important. And I still attribute that to my daily life because I manage my business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking that. But the truth is, it was learning from other like-minded entrepreneurs, like being able to be in classroom where I had professors who were billionaires, and that's
really,
literally, I had a professor who was literally a billionaire, not like, Mickey Mouse, like, no, like I had access to be able to have dinner with a billionaire, pick the mind of somebody who, like, again, very few people could even dream of attaining percentages of that, So just to be around people like that, to be around, I had classmates whose parents were CEOs of multi-billion companies, you know what I'm saying, who were on the board of this, like, just being surrounded by like that mindset and just understanding, like, like, hey, it's really about just putting your foot in the door and who you surround yourself with. That's what the school taught me above everything, and that's why it was a great opportunity because I was in a small place with a lot of very powerful people, with a lot of very people who really, really did this. And it could be, again, very few people who went to my school did anything music related, like actually my first ever studio client, my first ever booking, one who paid me for a session, came from actually Boston, came from my school. It was a kid who, like, who he just produced and he sang and he just came up to me and he's like, boom, you're starting a business. Like, I'll book your studio and just go from there.
What made you choose music though?
So my whole life, I always been passionate about music. You know, like when I was like in 8th grade, I made like rap songs, like as a joke. I was never a rapper.
You was rapping?
Yeah, no, but like, no. As like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not. I'm not sitting.
You know what I'm saying? You got something for us?
No. I'll be on my Diddy shit one day. You know how Diddy's not a rapper, but Diddy drops songs with all the biggest artists.
Right.
He goes, you know what I'm gonna do?
Like presence.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be on my Diddy shit eventually. I'll give one of my artists a verse. Eventually once for like a little, but it's not like I'm not here trying to be like a rapper, trying to be like an artist or take that kind of like persona. Like really, I just love music. I was just into music, and then not only that, like. At the time, which I want to say like was when I really started was 2018. That's when I started the LLC. I want to take the official route, when business
with
started.
Lucrative Youth.
Yeah, the Lucrative Youth LLC started in June 2018. So that's when I guess it got official. But even before that, the whole 2016 wave, like when like Miami and SoundCloud rap was kind of really coming up. Like that was something that was big for me and something that I really like. I loved it. I loved being on SoundCloud, listening to these rappers who were nothing, and then these rappers who became something. Back then, like I met Post Malone when White Iverson was on like 2,000 streams. Like when he was just like nobody. You get me? Like people were like, oh, who is this guy? Boom, okay, Post Malone. Now look at Post Malone.
No facts.
Up mega superstar, not just a rapper, not just a, you know what I'm saying, like he's a mega superstar. So to see stuff like that just kind of happen literally like in front of my eyes, and to have like I also had like friends that were just shooting and like taking videos of local artists. I was the part of the Kodak wave, seeing that come up. Like I saw it and I really, it was something that I was interested in, something that I wanted to be a part of, even if it wasn't necessarily on the creating the music side,
Okay. So you went through the wave, you did your time, you was in the rooms, and at least you was able to avoid jail time.
Yeah.
So where were you exactly when that name popped in your head, like Lucrative Youth?
So I was literally like, my college semester, right before junior year summer was about to end, and at the time I was working on a business that was literally on the left side. My business was if you've driven any of the recent Hondas, you know how when you click like, the right side, like they have a blind spot camera that kind of pops up? Okay. My business was literally an aftermarket product of that mind you, I was doing this in 2016. You know, that was supposed to be for cars that were a little bit older, that you could have that exact thing. A heads-up display that was for your blind spot, projected onto your windshield. I had a prototype, 2 prototypes, funding from Babson, MIT, talking to Liberty Mutual Insurance of like, you know, trying to close down partnerships. Like, you know, it was a business that I put in a couple years into. Yeah. But then something happened with my technical co-founder, you know, just nothing falling out in terms of like, you know, bad, but just life happens. And the business couldn't move forward because I couldn't do it alone. I couldn't do the technical side and, you know, just couldn't move forward. So it put me in like, oh shit position because mind you, I put in 2 years or 3 years of my life into this, and I'm in a position where it's finally starting to look like it's good, and then, oh shit, everything just kind of stopped. Yeah. So at that moment, I realized that, look, whatever I got to do next, I got to love. Okay. It's not a monetary thing. It's not a position thing. It's not a anything else rather than what I do next, I got to really love, because what I do next is what I'm really going to do. Yeah. You know, nothing else to it, but it's what I'm really, really going to do. Then I'm just sitting there one day with my good friend Dylan from Babson. He's another entrepreneur. He has a smoke device, like, you know, again, completely different industry, but he's somebody who always, like, you know, inspired me because I saw his journey. So I go from, like, you know, the first step to where he is today too is just like mind blowing. Yeah. But regardless, like, he was just somebody who I really respected based on the fact that I saw him work on a product and continuously work on something. Yeah. You know, from sketching on where you show me a picture to, oh shit, okay, now this is tangible. You did it from the beginning to like continue to do it, and that I always just respected that. And we were, you know, I was just sitting there and like we were outside of our dorm about to go in one late night. And, like, I just had like a thought in my mind, like just lucrative youth just kind of just popped into my head, like, you know, lucrative youth. I'm like, okay, lucrative, like, you know, I know lucrative, like, you know, the flashy, the big, the next level stuff, you know, and it's like, you know, then the youth is just kind of like, it's us, like, because the thing is, like, the whole company and like the word is like it's kind of a play on words too, because we're not the company that's extremely flashy, extremely like, you know, trying to be flamboyant or nothing like that. Like, and even though that's what the name would be, somebody could see that and think like, oh, yeah. But no, like, you know, we don't work with superstars, Grammy winners, platinum, multi, you know, anything that you could talk of, like of the super, we're there. But you'll never see us kind of try to portray that that's what we're focused on, because that's where the whole play of youth kind of comes in on. You know, it's like, like, we're going to get there, and we are already there in terms of being around our network. Yeah. But we're more focused on the people who are really going to get there. Yeah. The process, like, you know, the youth, the next great star, you know, like the next great producer, the next great videographer, just building that community of the people that are really together, becoming the lucrative youth.
Okay. So what made you choose studio versus starting a label?
So I'd say we're a new age label. And I said that 4 years ago. I said that 4 years ago because I saw the whole United Masters wave. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, the United Master wave is what really inspired me too, because at the end of the day, like, you know, Steve Stout, he was head of, I'm forgetting which label or, you know, which really. Def Jam. Like, you know, he was heaviest of the hitter. He worked at every major. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, he worked at every major. So he's somebody who, like, he signed people to 360s. He got people still to this day who are screwed. You get me? Like, no matter what, he could sit here in these interviews, and I respect Steve Stout. So I'm not saying that was the business. He's talking about this guy who's been there since the 80s and 90s, but there's people that are signed to contracts that he financed or that he was part of thing that literally hate themselves, that literally are depressed, that literally cannot, you know, make music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you know, that's true too, but that was just the industry. Back then, like, you know, it was very, very typical that that's just what it was. So now I saw the whole United Masters wave, and I saw, like, you know, the whole 2017, everything happening 18, and I felt like everything was moving towards a different wave, which is where we are right now. Okay. And I'm, you know, I pretty much, my hypothesis is coming true because it's what's occurring. You know, now you see artists like Russ. Russ was always just hated as being an internet artist, you know, online for whatever reason. Like, people just like to hate. So that's just, you know, he took that hate as fuel, but he was only hated. I remember in Arrow, 2018-19, like, the only thing you would see from Russ is Russ sucks, Russ is a nerd, Russ is, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Now look at Russ. Russ has more money than most cool guys, favorite rappers, tenfold. No, and off music, off his business, not off, he didn't sign to Interscope and they gave him a 20 mil advance, or no, he didn't sign to Def Jam and they gave him, like, no, Russ is collecting money weekly, monthly off of his music that he owns the master, that he's producing, that he's self-doing, and now he has his own record label. Yeah. So it's just showing that the music industry is literally flipping. You know, it's going from the time of where it was like, oh, you need if you don't sign to Atlantic, or if you're not signed to Columbia, you're not signed to Interscope, like, you know, you're not getting on those playlists. You're not getting on that show. You're not getting on that booking. Now you got artists like Yeet.
Yeah.
Look at Yeet. Yeet is just making up words. Yeet is just, you know, literally, like, I love that. Honestly, like, you know, all the old heads are like, yo, what's Yeet doing? Like, you know, what is this, blah, blah. Yeet is just making up words, creating a vibe, and just connecting with fans. Yeah. And now Yeet has his first one, I think, what was it, like, I think 800,000 streams in like 24 hours, something crazy, like some insane number where he debuted it on top of, like, you know, I think a Drake record or something. And it's like, and this is a kid who's this is a kid who's just doing it, like, just at home. Yeah. Kid, like, I know, I don't know personally Yeet, but I know one of Yeet's very early producers who he comes to the studio all the time. He was playing Yeet records for me, like, I want to say 4 or 5 months before Yeet even dropped anything. You know, like, they've been tapped in on the internet. Yeah, and then he was telling me, like, yo, watch this kid really go. Just based off, like, you know, this kid's just the mentality of just connecting to fans and just doing what he wants to do. He's not doing no traditional music. Like, you know, it's not like the rap that everybody loves. It's not the electronic. Like, you know, it's a new genre, new wave. Yeah. And he's doing it just, again, without necessarily having to have a backing. Just putting in the work and showing that that's possible.
I mean, you know, you're right. Times definitely have changed. I mean, I don't even know who this person is. You know, when I'm listening. Because I grew up on the Jay-Z, Nas, Locks era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So these new artists out here now, I be listening and I be like, what is it saying? Yeah. I think Kodak is probably one of the newest ones that I might listen to. Yeah. NBA Youngboy is another good one, but not necessarily his music for me, but I like what he stands for, like about being healthy and having his mindset right. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to the whole business, like, did you have a plan or did you just wing it?
No, I definitely had a plan. I always knew what we were doing from the beginning. You know, like, that's the thing. Like, literally right before we started that LLC, like, in anything, so 2018, sat down, had a conversation, and we said everything. Like, you know, like, everything that I've done these last 4 years, like, I said I was going to do it. Okay. And I still got a lot more to do. Okay. You know, but everything I said I've done, I knew I was going to do. Yeah. From working with these artists, from starting up, you know, studio. Like I said, my second studio. You know, the first one didn't go as planned, but I'm already having a second, and I'm already, you know, planning, and eventually this is not only one. We're expanding. You know, everything's growing. Like, you know, we've been doing exactly what we've wanted to do since the beginning. It's just a matter of starting. You feel me? Jumping into, like, I had the idea, the initial concept. Like, I knew I wanted to take a different approach to this. I want to build a community. I'm not interested, like, and that's, now we'll circle back to the whole new age label thing that I was saying. Yeah. I don't sign artists or producers. It's not that I'm against that. Eventually, I know I'm going to sign some artists and producers, but on very, you know, friendly terms or whatever it may be. Yeah. But really, the whole business model right now has been partnerships, you know? As an example, I'll get an artist that I like and a producer that I like. I'll put them together so we can work on a project together. It could be a single, it could be an album, it could be a couple music videos, whatever it is. But it's not where I see this artist, I'm gonna sign him, and I'm gonna, you know, then I'm gonna put him under me, and I'm gonna drop things. It's boom, me, this artist I like. I have my brand, Lucrative Youth, X this artist, X the producer. Business is split accordingly, equal. However many parties are in it. I've dealt with label artists. I've dealt with just started artists. I've dealt with superstars. I've dealt with people who have potential. Doesn't matter. Everybody who's in the room when it's our project is equal. It's not a matter of, I don't work with this guy, so I get more percentage. We don't do that. I don't really care, you know, because it's not. And I know that's what the industry will do. And that's why they get a little bit, bro, but I get these amount of streams that are fake regardless, and I have these followers. So, like, you know what? I want 15% of your songwriting share. And it's like, bro, that's not, no. Why? Just because they can do that doesn't mean you should, because that's what they do, and that's really what the industry does. They take advantage of these little songwriters and say, no, you know, I'm only gonna give you 1% or 1 point, even though you wrote the hook that's $1 million hook. No, facts. Make it make sense. My approach has never been that. Not my approach is, listen, anybody we work with, if we're working together, it's because I respect you enough to put you at the table as a partner. Okay. I'm not gonna work with an artist, a producer, anything really that I want to try to show, you know, that I'm superior to, or that if I feel like they think they're superior to us based on accolades, based on whatever it may be, because all that it's not what we're doing. You know, what we do, we just want to create. We want to come in the studio, make some dope music. Come in the studio, make you know, catch a moment, capture that, you know, the video, everything that we do, but just really, just, you know what I'm saying, leave any ego, any like, you know, kind of status type of thing, leave that at the door. You come inside, let's work.
Yeah.
And, you know, drop that and let's go to it.
So what benefit would a producer or artist have with working with Lucrative Youth?
So as an example, I mean, the first thing, which is entirely with the Lucrative Youth, is the community.
Yeah.
You know, it's I have artists that, you know, come in here and then they meet new producers, they meet new engineers, they meet other artists that they work with, and, you know, they just start, we build it together straight like that. They come in the door, like, even a big thing that we're doing right now, we host these events called Lucrative Links once a month, right? We have artists, producers, engineers, photographers, videographers, everybody just come through. Have this open studio, free day.
Is that your open mic?
Yeah, it's pretty much like, yeah, it's like, you know, a Lucrative Link, it's open mic, open, like, you know, plug-in session, like, where we'll have 20 to 40 people in the entire studio. C room, B room, A room, everybody chilling here. They'll plug in like this, play their song. Mm-hmm. You know, once they play their song, now you're getting feedback from the other 20 producers in here. Okay. Then, now it goes, this is the goal, and it happens every single time. Now, once it failed, and that's what the entire thing is for, is, let's say you come in, let's say you're a producer. You plug in, you play your beat. I'm an artist who's sitting right there, right?
Yeah.
Bro, that beat is fucking fire. Hey, what's your name, bro? Hey, I'm Ernie, bro. Nice to meet you. I really love that beat, bro. Like, I'd love to, you know, tap in and work. Let me get your number. Like, you know, boom, let's collab. Tomorrow, you guys come right back to the studio. You lock in, you make a hit. Okay. Or tomorrow,
so you connect.
Yeah. Or tomorrow, you guys go to somewhere else and, like, you know, work. But the community is building together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not also about, it has to be here or whatever it may be. But it's about that those relationships get built in our room. Okay. You know, like those relationships where the artists link with the producers, the engineers hear artists, they want to mix his stuff. Okay, boom. A different producer meets somebody who they like their drums. Like, yo, I never really collab with a producer, but I'd love to collab with you. Yeah. You know, like, that's first benefit of just coming in right there, just those events. Yeah. And then the whole thing too is that, you know, we build together. So it's a matter of, like, let's say I like this artist who came through, and I drop a record with him. Okay. Right? Now, all the people that are already tapped in with me, they go tap in with him. Mm-hmm. He drops a record with us. All the people that are already tapped in with him, they come tap in with us. Yeah. You know, like, it's that organic kind of, like, you know, growth from just a circle of just people really like, oh, yeah, you work with him, I like that. Now I want to work with you. Yeah. You work with him, I like that. Now I want to work with you. And just keep it just kind of like, you know, just watering a plant. That's what this whole thing is. Like, you know, watering a plant organically, and we're just watching the flowers grow. Okay. No, I like that, man. Community is important, especially in the music industry, man. Yeah. Rappers nowadays, they have a only me type of mentality. Yeah. So bringing that community together, making everybody feel like, yo, let's work together. That's dope. Yeah. So if I'm a business person myself, right, and I wanted to do something similar like this, can you walk me through the steps of how would I get started? Have a purpose. You know, like, because, again, if we want to talk about the business side of a studio, yeah, that's not hard. You know, it doesn't cost much to start a studio. Go get a loan. I mean, I know a couple people who did it with PPP. You feel me? Okay. Get your little PPP loan. You get 20 racks. Go buy. Spend $4,000 on the Avalon. Spend $4,000 on a U87. Spend $3,000. That's just equipment. That's so I say, yeah, exactly. Just the equipment, but right there, boom. Like, you know, you spend like $15-$20 just on equipment, and now you pretty much have enough to where you're good on equipment wise. You know. Then you gotta obviously find a location. You gotta obviously build. Like, you know, you gotta just put in money. That's why, because if you have money, you could do it. Yeah. But it's more than just doing that. You know, like, it's not about having the capital to be able to do it. You gotta have the purpose. You know, like, you gotta understand what you're jumping into. It. There's just, you could be a studio just to get clients for sure. Good luck. Like, you know, there's 1,000 studios. You know, like there's again, like I told you, I got 2 homeboys who have studios in these warehouses. There's another 4 or 5 that I don't know. I could grab this water bottle, realistically throw it in the air over here, and the client could go to another studio. Yeah. So it's not like, you know, a studio is not the whole business, you know, because it's not, it can't be. It's not sustainable like that. Yeah. Studio is not going to, first of all, the studio business it's not like I was back then anyways. You know, back then you needed to go to a studio. Now, realistically, me being a studio owner, I can still say it because I understand the landscape. Yeah. My client can be at home and cut vocals that my engineer can mix in here, and we can make a hit record from him being in LA and me being here and him not going anywhere, not stepping out of what can be done. Yeah. So this studio is not just for being a business. It's having the location to be a creative space so that these people could come out, so the relationships could get built, so people could be in here working, so people could be in there from that. And it's not only like, I don't focus on trying to prioritize, like, you know, paid bookings like so much, like, I need to get these paid bookings right now. So that's not really my thing. Really, I prefer the free sessions, And they're free in terms of where it's projects that we're a part of, you know? So it's not free because obviously I still pay my engineers, I pay my producers, I pay, but it's where the client doesn't come in and necessarily just pay like, you know, the hourly rate and it's their project.
What's your thoughts on collabs over cash?
So I think that's a great question.
Okay.
Because personally, like I told you before, I'm always more on the collab over cash side. Like, I think if it's a, you know, a genuine collaboration, like, you know, and it's an artist and a producer that all, you know, they want to really work together, then just collab and just, you know, try to leave the financial out of it in the beginning. Okay. However, I also understand, like, you know, as an artist, as a producer and everything, how there could be a big difference. Like, as an example, my main producer, shout out to my guy, Reggie, he's very, very heavy on the cash over collab, which is the opposite of what I just said. You know, like, for him, like, you know, in the interview, he says, like, bro, like, he'll tell, like, you know, all these producers, because he's heavy on YouTube as a producer, right? He'll make, like, the type beats, and they'll get up hundreds of thousands of streams on YouTube, and people, like, you know, usually, realistically, people are just downloading them and hopping on them anyways, right? But now, like, from him, if an artist wants the stems, if an artist wants to release the song, he's going to be on that. Pay me my beat. Yeah. You know, whether you want to pay exclusive, whether you want to play lease, whether you want to pay Wave, MP3, whatever you want to do, but pay me because it's business first.
Yeah, facts.
Now, but when he's working with me, based on, again, that's why I say, like, you know, I'm over a collab over cash based on relationship, really. You know, like, I built a relationship with him now. So now I have a dope artist who I know could be to do something cool with him. Like, you know, he's down to collab based off the fact that our relationship is already business first, you know? Correct. It's not just like me, like, kind of coming in and saying, like, oh, no, let's just collab, bro. Like, I'll pay you an exposure, bro. You know, like, hey, I have a blue check on Instagram. Like, if I use your beat, you're going to get famous, bro. Like, you know, like, that type of mindset is super corny. Okay. And it's super, like, honestly disrespectful because you're not respecting a creative and when they're making their beats, because it takes a lot to make a beat, too. I mean, 99% of the time, bro, when you're listening in the club, you're not listening to the lyrics. 99% of the time when you're in the car, you know what I'm saying? Like, the beat is a very critical part. But these artists, you know, they think that, because they're the ones who are the stars, they're the ones with the big stuff. Like, you know, they think that they're really the thing. But the truth is, you need to respect that side of it. The production side is critical. So I'm going to be on the collab side more, but I'm also going to be on the understanding that if the business isn't correct and if you're not kind of respecting, you know, everything from there, hey, look, you know what? Then we'll take it just straight cash. Okay. You know, like, just pay it, cut the check, and then do what you want to do.
Yeah. So you would take the dinner with Jay versus
No. I hope to have dinner with Jay-Z one day, genuinely. You know, and I think that would be great. And, you know, I'm sure we could make a lot of money together and do a lot of really dope stuff. But if you ask me right now, give me $500K or dinner with Jay-Z, I'm taking those $500K, and I'm going to be able to put myself in the room with Jay-Z down the line based on what I do with the $500K. Okay. But for me to just, I'm going to sit down with Jay-Z, and then what's he going to say? Oh, yeah, that's cool, bro. Like, yeah, your shit going cool. Bro. Like, keep going, bro. Like, yo, put that work in, fam. You know, like, come on, yeah, you know, just put that work in, bro. Like, I'll be for sure, I know that. Like, you know, what you gonna tell me that I don't know? Now, if I take that $500K and I put that into, you know, my business, and now my business is on this level, now when I get in the room with Jay, or when I happen to have dinner with Jay, I got leverage. He gonna have to respect me based on I got in that room. Yeah. Not, I won a Twitter poll, and now because I chose you, you have to sit here, you have to pretend to respect me. You're not gonna why is Jay-Z right now, this woman gonna respect me? Yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm putting my work in and I'm on my own journey, and I'll get there one day. But realistically, in this moment, what's Jay-Z gonna want or need from me? I mean, that's just what people kind of like, you know, whole my concept dinner over 500 racks. Come on, that's a whole lot of paper. Yeah. Now, if you tell me 5 racks, 10 racks, I'm gonna sit with Jay because you feel me, like, that's like, okay, it's still a lot of bread, don't get me wrong. No, but it's just like, you know, 5 racks, okay, I won't be able to go that far. 500K, give me that 500. I'm putting it right in here. We're good.
Cash me that.
I might fuck around and use that 500 to cop a feature off somebody on Jay's label. Yeah. Now you gotta sit with me, Jay, because now I just paid for your feature. So now look at how, like, you know, I saved bread, and now I'm doing business with you directly, not on some just. Hey, you ever had caviar before, bro? I'm not gonna lie to you, no, and I don't even like this shit, but I guess it's cool, so we gonna eat it. Yeah, you know.
Have you seen any artists in here with Hove type qualities though, like off the dome, no pen, no pad?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a lot of artists that like, you know, come in and they won't. I haven't seen them write a song. Like, for example, I got this artist from Broward I work with, C Glizzy. Shout out to bro. He's, you know, he became like family. We've been locked in working for over a year, I want to say now. I record him to that point where I'm not an engineer by trade. You feel me? Like, I have engineers that I've hired, you know, work here, but like, I built a relationship with him where, like, you know, we catch a vibe, and I like recording him. You know, we have a template. You go from there. Obviously, it's not a final mix and master record, but we make a lot of clean records. I've probably recorded over 30 songs of his, maybe 40, which is a lot of fucking records, and I have not seen him write once.
Wow.
Every single record, he hears the beat, he just goes in there and he just starts, going in there, and it makes sense. It's not just bullshit. It's not just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be sometimes melodic, sometimes, with just straight rapping bars, but it's like every time he hears the beat, if he catches the beat, like if it hits his head, he's in the booth and he's writing. He's not even writing, he's just going off it, and it's just like, going from there. Then you also got the writers who will sit down like and write, and like, you give them 5 minutes, they'll give you a whole 16, they'll give you a 32. Yeah. Like my man J-Bo, my artist, J-Bo, I give him 10 beats right now. If they're fire beats, you give me 10 beats right now, it's what time is it? It's 12:59. I guarantee you that by tonight, or maybe even earlier, he could have those songs written, recorded, everything. Hook, verse, intro. He'll record himself on it, and he'll have them all balanced and sent back because he got that type of mentality. He'll lock in. If the beat talks to him, obviously, if it's a beat that doesn't work, then that's different. But if it's a beat that he gets a vibe and he's into, he gonna give you the records right back, and they gonna be hit records. It's not gonna be bullshit. It's gonna have like, you want to sit down and you want a certain topic to be spoken on. Yeah, let's do that. You want a certain cadence. You want a certain type of melodic vibe. Oh, this is where we're going here. Yeah, give us the challenge, and he gonna make it happen for sure all day.
Okay. So what's your thought on Drake's new album?
I love it. Honestly.
Okay.
I love it. No. I love it. Like, and my girl, like, will account for it. Where, like, we'll have a blast listening to it. Yeah. And I love it because I know what he's doing. Yeah. Listen, Drake gets a lot of hate because people call him culture vulture. People call him wave rider. But listen, this is what Drake does. Listen, this is what Drake does. Drake sees a little, like, like the little whirlpools. And they have, like, sometimes little tiny waves. Yeah. They're kind of breaking, but it's not doing nothing. Yeah. Drake takes that and turns it to a tsunami. That Drake album is an album that we're listening to it in the club in Miami. Facts. They're listening to it in Jersey. Yeah. They're listening to it in LA. They're listening to it in Ibiza. They're listening to it in Colombia. They're listening to it in probably in Asia. You feel me? Like all Europe. Like it's a different vibe. It's not like I understand why people don't like it. Because people are expecting him to be in the box of you're a rapper. Yeah. But you gotta understand, Drake is Aubrey Graham. Drake is the guy who was in a wheelchair in a show. You feel me? Like that was like his first kind of jump into Hollywood. Like he was in a wheelchair, acting. So it's like a man who's an actor. What do you expect him to just be in a little box? Exactly. Look at these actors. One day they're serial killers. The next day they're family men. The next show they're you know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole concept of it. But the most important, I think, the Drake thing, what he's doing is again, Drake is a man who a lot of people call him a clout chaser or a demon, a culture vulture, because they say he touches in on little stuff like like when they had the whole the dance hall vibe was hot, and then Drake tried to do it. People were like, "Oh, what is Drake doing dance hall?" So dumb. But mind you, it's music. Yeah, music is just expression. Music is just what I'm saying. Like do it from there. And not only this, Drake, every single little wave he's touched has become a tsunami. No, facts. Every single wave that Drake touches becomes a tsunami, no matter what. Yeah. When Drake wanted to do that whole little drill shit a couple years ago with the song, I forgot what it was called, but the drill one that he did with the video of the snow that was raw? Yeah. What happened the next year? Drill became the hottest genre. Drill still is, I think it's dying a little bit down, but that whole New York drill, the whole crazy shit, like, when Drake really got into that, what happened? Now Drake is doing this new project, right? It's EDM vibe, house lounge vibe. You're gonna see people
He's still on his Lover Boy.
Yeah, people are gonna catch on. They're gonna see it like this is stuff that is future looking. It's music. It's vibes. It's not It's not rapping. It's not bars. If you wanted bars, go listen to some other shit. It's that simple. We live in the world where you got look. I'll open up my Apple Music right now. Yeah. I got 1,000 artists to pick from. 1,000. Yeah. If I want to listen to some hard rap gangster shit, I'm gonna put on ESTG. Feel me? And I'm gonna bump that, and I like that. Yeah. But if I want to listen to some melodic shit, I might throw on some Vori. I might throw on some, But damn, now when I want to listen to some party little vibe, if I'm going to the pool right now with my girl, I'm gonna throw on that Drake album. Hell yeah. And guess what? That Drake album's gonna be fire. We're gonna listen to that Drake album. We're gonna do a little, the dances and be like, okay then, Drake.
Get a little rock.
Exactly. Catch a little vibe.
With your Yeezys on. You know what I'm saying? And that's ain't gonna be no drama. Nah. I think a lot of people don't realize that too. Like, music is energy. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So depending on what type of music you're playing in an environment, it could cause drama that you don't want. You there with your lady, you looking good, you know what I'm saying? You just want to drink some nice little thing, champagne.
Exactly.
And then vibing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I see y'all had Izzy Drake up in here.
Yeah.
Yo, like, what? Like, do you think he really got a shot?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That is probably one of the most craziest things to me. Because it's really mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta understand, like, this
He
guy,
taking it all the way.
It's like there is I don't know his name. You feel me? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like we're here and like, you know, again, Drake is Aubrey Graham. Izzy Drake. I don't think anybody in the world knows his name. You feel me? He's Izzy Drake, and that blows my mind. There's people that have the commitment to, you know what I'm saying? Again, take over and try to be. It's being a knockoff. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to portray somebody else, and like that's their image. It's not no more. Again, whatever his name was before doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, it's Izzy Drake. It's fake Drake. It's any post there is Izzy Drake. But hey, that kid goes beyond viral. Every day.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he's getting posted on this, he getting posted there, he's getting posted that, and again, if that's what you want, then I guess it's successful. You feel me? Like, if your approach is to become the viral guy, to, like, you know, be on all the blogs, like, very few people are doing it better than him right now. So it's funny. Authentic. You know what I'm saying? It's the game, too. You know what they say? Yeah. They say fake it till you make it. That's the realest shit ever. No. You know, like, you won't catch me doing that. But in the game, fake it till you make it is the industry. We're in an industry where we could walk into a room right now. There's going to be 5 people all wearing bust-down watches, bust-down chains, $2,000 shoes. Every single one of them boys is late on their rent payment. and their mom probably still lives in the projects. Yeah. Every single one of them boys. But they got a chain that has bling on. That has a little diamond. And the jeweler probably taxed them 50% more than what it's actually worth. So it's a terrible business move. Yeah. But hey, fake it till you make it, homie. Nah, you got that little pendant with your name, right? Yeah. Hey, I guess you cool, right? You the man. You the guy. You the guy. I know that your landlord just sent you that 5-day late message that you about to get added the little couple $100. But hey, fake it till you make it, bro, I guess.
But have you dealt with that? Seeing cats in here with the bling bling and like, yo, bro, let me just cash out you when I get back to the crib.
Have I dealt with that? Bro, that's the story of my life. Yeah. I'll have a rapper coming here right now. Again, like the same shit, got the whole gang here, all the cool people. And boys, we just XYZ. They got a nice BMW rental car outside. Boom. Heavy chain, and they're in the mic. I just made 50K. I just made 20K. 50K in LA, 20K in New York. What else? You know what it is? Everything. 100 off this week. Then the session ends. They're supposed to run me $300, let's say, right? He goes, yo, bro, you know, like, 200 right now, and then I got you with the 100 next week. But you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what do you mean? Like I kind of look at that. I'm like, bro, like what do you just? Let me reverse this song real quick. Like, hey, run it from the top real quick. Yeah. 50K, 20K, 30K. Let me see. Watch, chain, like rental car outside. Like like make it make sense. But again. Facts. It does make sense. Yeah. Fake it till you make it. Oh yeah. People they talk all this. They want to look like this. Like again, it's just a facade. We're in the industry where it's unfortunate, because it really is unfortunate. Yeah. I hate that it's like this. I wish that it could be different. But it's an entertainment industry. Yeah. You gotta understand it. Like once you understand the business and the reality of it, then I won't I never take any of that personal. Matter of fact, I laugh. Like to me, that's kind of like that's entertainment. Yeah, that's the entertainment side of it. To me, it's just like, oh man, this cat ain't really got it. Nah, he really not in that position. But I'm gonna let him, feel his way, and I'll take it. I'll laugh. I have a little bit of fun with it.
No, facts. So do you feel like this is you here, or is there anything else in the cards for you?
What do you mean by that?
Any other business ventures? Any other moves you're gonna be making?
I'm in the rental business as well. Okay. So I have a couple vehicles that I rent out. You feel me? A couple.
Okay. To add to the facade.
Exactly. No, to add for them. For them. Yeah. I'm happy. Put it to Miami. Get into my rental whip. You know what I'm saying? Get to my studio. I'm gonna get into the real estate side of things. The crib, everything. Like everything on the water. Like we're really just because it's a lifestyle company too. That's our thing. I'm a one-stop shop. It's not just, again, like I said, the studio and the recording is one side of it, but I can have an artist walk in. I can have an artist, I've done it, come from another city, get picked up at the airport in my car, go to an Airbnb property that is maybe it's not mine. I don't have any Airbnb properties yet, but I work with brokers. Go to an Airbnb property that's my friends, where I'm getting bread off that too.
Yeah.
Then come to my recording studio, do a music video with me, do an interview. You know what I'm saying? So you got the whole press, content, everything from there. Oh, and then what else you need? You need the mix and master, obviously. So we got all that, and yeah. Oh, you want to distribute it too? We do that too. Okay. So that's everything really. Like a client could come from anywhere in the world, land and be situated because of what we do. Yeah. And that's the whole purpose. That's what I'm trying to become, is ultimately that one-stop shop that can offer all of that. Yeah, that's why the rentals is good, because...
What kind of rentals you got?
I got a Tesla truck. I got some Suburbans. Yeah, I got little smaller cars. I broker a lot of big cars, so I got access to pretty much anything. Like if somebody needs a Lamborghini, I got a Lamborghini. If somebody needs a Toyota Corolla, I got a Toyota Corolla. Okay. Even if it's not necessarily mine. I had a little slingshot that was fun that I was renting out for a little bit, but that shit just got totaled. So it's part of the game, though. You know what I'm saying? The same way how we say the whole facade thing. Yeah. Everything looked good, sitting here, oh boom, I got all this, blah blah. But the truth is, a lot of shit comes with it. A lot of responsibility, a lot of liability, a lot of and then there's some stuff you charge to the game. And in the same way, with the whole, COVID and shit, it's just it's another speed bump. We gotta get over it and keep pushing towards where we're going.
Yeah. So you ever see yourself getting back into music?
Creating?
Yeah.
Definitely. Just recently, the last single that we dropped, actually, I co-produced it. Production and me on that side is something that, it's really only my fault that I haven't fully dove into it yet. It's because I have a lot of responsibilities, and there's just a lot of stuff that goes on that I wish I could have the time to really just sit down. But it's also just me being honest with myself, an excuse. Because I know that if once I have that time and I could sit down and really get into production. I've been doing a lot more these last couple of weeks, and I, trying to get into more beats. But definitely on that side, it's a goal of mine, that I set for myself, because I love working with all these dope producers. I love, bringing stuff together. I work with producers in Singapore. Shout out Danny 101, the GOAT, first record I ever dropped, and that's cool as hell. But I also want to be able to be damn, bro, I laid down that melody. Damn, bro, those drums, had a little bit of insight on it, just to get even more into the creative side of it.
Yeah. Okay, yo, bro, you seem like you got your head on. Yeah. You know what you're doing. I like this whole vibe in here.
Thank you.
How'd you pick the artists for this?
So this is little Alec Monopoly type vibe, very, very Miami, very, just colorful, just kind of studio vibe. I wanted, because a lot of the studios, you go to sometimes that I've gone to is very dark, and it's kind of you have just the LEDs. I feel like these paintings in here, they just bring a little bit of light to the room, a little bit. And, this one, for example, a little music DJ vibe, just try to add creativity to the room.
Okay. No, you definitely did that, man. Yeah. It's dope in here, man. But yo, man, just keep doing what you're doing. I like what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
And it was great coming out, man.
Thank you, man. Much love, man.
Nah, no doubt, man.
I appreciate you for coming out and just, giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm about to come in here and lay something down. I used to spit back in the day.
Yeah? Hey, so when we're going to catch a little...
I'm about to come in and spit a 16 real quick.
No, we can make that happen, though. For real, we got to do that.
Facts. Yeah, man, link up some of these artists, get them some interviews on I Talk Gray. You know what I'm saying? Make it work.
Most definitely.
Boom, man, it's a wrap. I'm here, Lucrative Youth, for my man Ernie. Make sure y'all tap in. It's I Talk Gray. We out of here. Yeah.
Why?